Hello and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium, the home of the Tufts Jumbos, as they take on the Bates Bobcats here in this Saturday afternoon NESCAC matchup. I'm Matt Macy-Phelps here with Tom Jasanowski with JumboCast. Thank you for tuning in. 2 in conference play. Bates at an even 9-9 and 2-4 in conference play. Big one coming up. The Bobcats are coming in on a 3-game losing streak on the road to Middlebury, going for 4-0-1 tonight here. And Tom, what are you looking from the players in this one?
Well, I think the big story for this game is Tufts be one of the better players in the NESCAC this year, but the Bates Bobcats have the Del Pesh twins, both coming in at 6'7" and 6'8" respectively. So really how Tufts handles their size. We know last year Bates beat Tufts by 13 in that NESCAC game, and Bornasian dropped 20 points on the Jumbos. So it's really how the Jumbos respond to the size and the scoring ability of Bornasian here.
Yeah, Bornasian listed as a guard, but he's 6'5", the senior out of Portland, Connecticut. So the Jumbos will certainly have to limit him on the defensive side.
That's right, they'll have their hands full. But the Jumbos bring a pretty potent offense as well. Vincent Pace, the sophomore guard, averaging 18.2 points a game. I think that's 3rd or 4th in the NESCAC.
Yeah, certainly a banner year so far for Vincent Pace, the sophomore. But as well, we've got Tom Pileski putting up close to a double-double on the year, 12 and 8.
Yeah. And he's leading the NESCAC in blocks. He's averaged 3.3 blocks a game. That's a full block more than the second leading blocker in the NESCAC.
Yeah, 59 blocks on the year for Pileski. So the Del Pesh twins will have to look out for that, especially Bornasian down low. Yeah. We're about to get starting lineups here, and we'll get an anthem. But stay tuned. Looks like the coaches for both teams are wearing sneakers. I'm guessing in honor of Coaches vs. Cancer, typically what coaches do around this time of year. But we got a buzzing atmosphere here at Cousins. We have a track meet over in the track gym, so we got quite a bit spilling over here and quite a few fans on hand.
Yeah, lots of fans in the seats right in front of us here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cousins Gym for this afternoon's NESCAC Conference basketball game between the visiting Bobcats of Bates College and your Tufts University Jumbos. Before we introduce the starting lineup, we ask you to please stand and remove your caps to honor America and those who serve it at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem.
And we're ready to get underway. Mike Bornasian, quite a three-point shooter for Bates. He's put in 33 out of 104 attempts this year. And as well, Josh Britton has put in 41 on 100 attempts this year. And we're honoring Coach Bob Sheldon right now. He's got a special ball coming his way for his 400th career win.
He has amassed this victory total during the 28 seasons he has led the team beginning in
428 seasons here. Well above 10 per game, 10 per year, certainly.
quite a tenure for tournament appearances. Really brought Tufts to be one of the vaunted teams in the NESCAC here.
And he's with the AD and the president of the university right now. Ball, I believe, painted by Justin Roberts, one of his former players. So certainly a special day here for him.
It's interesting to see how, with the coaches, Tufts has Bob Sheldon, one of the oldest tenured coaches, and Bates with a younger coach. So we'll see how that plays out as we get the starting lineups here.
And there's Mike Bornasian for the Bobcats, leading scorer. He's putting in just about 15 per game so far this year. And number 3 there, Josh Britton, senior guard.
A 6'7" junior from Wilmington, Delaware, number 5, Marcus Delpesh.
There's Marcus Delpesh, slightly shorter of the twins.
5'8" sophomore from Middletown, Connecticut, number 13, Sean Strickland.
With the dab. And number 13, Sean Strickland. Point guard, only 5'8", but he can shoot the ball. And Malcolm Delpesh, the big one, 6'8", out of Delaware, junior. And the Bates huddle bringing some noise there.
Yeah.
But we'll get over to the Tufts bench right now. And no surprises with this starting lineup. Coming out, Tom Pileski.
That's right, Pileski, one of the captains, leading the team out.
That's Battleford now. Second leading scorer for the Jumbos.
Then Haladina, the wing, comes out of South Hamilton, Massachusetts.
Yeah, there's Tariq Smith, starting junior point guard.
6'5" sophomore from Bridgewater, New Jersey, number 13, Vincent Pace.
And sophomore Vincent Pace, the leading scorer for the Bows, putting over 18 a game at this point.
So we'll see the Tufts huddle here.
And Tufts certainly relying on the three-pointer quite a bit. 5 players have over 15 makes on the year. So they'll look to get their outside shooting going.
Yeah, they have Pileski down low to grab the rebounds if they don't happen to go in.
And as I mentioned earlier on the Bates side, really 2 outside shooters, Bornasian and Britton, both with over 30 makes on the year, both with over 100 attempts on the year.
Yeah.
So the Jumbos will have to lock down on those 2 shooters.
Yeah, both teams shoot a lot. Fast-paced offense here in the NESCAC.
Yeah, certainly a contrast between the men's and the women's teams here in Medford. The men's team scoring over 80 a game. The women really lock down defensively and like to play slow ball. So this should be up-tempo, and that's big NESCAC implications. Tufts in 4th right now at 4-2 in conference play behind Middlebury, Amherst, and Trinity up on the top of the table. On the other end, Bates in 8th above Bowdoin, Colby, and Hamilton.
Yeah, Bates could really use a NESCAC win here. Put themselves back up in the standings, especially over the 4th team in the NESCAC, Tufts. And Tufts' overall record looking a lot better than their show NESCAC play. Recent upset by Wesleyan in overtime. I believe Tufts lost. So as we'll get started here with the opening tip.
Yeah, a couple tough losses for the Jumbos recently. 2 overtime losses as the Jumbos win the tip. And it looks like Marcus Delpesh will be guarding Smith right now. Haladina works at baseline. Jumbos working around the perimeter. Spatterford drives. Gets contact. Basket does not go. He'll go to the line. Bornasian called with the foul.
Bornasian picking up an early foul. We'll see if the Jumbos try to get the Bobcats into foul trouble here.
Spatterford good for the first point of the game. Makes it 2.
Now we'll see Delpesh on Pileski.
And the hook shot, no good. He'll fight for a rebound, and he'll get it.
It's a huge reset. Bornese.
3 from Bornesian, no good. Pulaski with the board. Pace on the wing. Drives. Kicks out. Spataford, open 3. No good.
We saw really the Bates team not hesitating to shoot there early in the shot clock. They'll take their open looks and they'll go for it.
And Del Pesh won't go either. And Pace drives left. And he's fouled on the drive. Basket went, but this is not the NBA.
Yeah.
Bates foul number 22, Malcolm Del Pesh, his first, second on the team.
A foul on Malcolm Del Pesh. Great bounce pass from Smith. Finds Spataford. Layup, no good.
A lot of contact down low there. But a good no call by the ref.
Strickland, spin move. Strickland guarded by Smith. They get the switch. They'll go to Marcus Del Pesh. He's got the mismatch. Works his way under. Layup, good. Good move by Marcus Del Pesh.
Yes, great move by Del Pesh there, using his mismatch on Tariq Smith there to get to the basket.
Pace driving. Skip pass to Haladinha. Open 3 for Pulaski. It's good.
Wow, Pulaski for 3, showing that range, the stretch 5 there.
Pulaski now 9 of 20 on the year from deep, so good percentage for the big man.
Yeah. Damage down low, they'll give him those open looks.
And Bornesian travels in the lane. And Tufts, if they can get their three-point shots going early, they'll just love to bury teams in the first half.
That's right, it's really about, for Tufts, building up a big lead and then playing hard defense. Oh.
That ball bounced off Spataford's foot there. Bornesian going the other way for the dunk. He throws it down.
Bornesian with no one in front of him on that fast break.
Spataford launches, corner 3. It's off the glass, no good.
The team's really picking up the pace here, even off that inbound.
Strickland into Malcolm Del Pesh, blocked, and a foul called on Pulaski. Malcolm Del Pesh to the line.
Touch foul number 2, Tom Pulaski, his first, the first on the team. Del Pesh at the line.
Here we'll see a replay of that. Del Pesh, Pulaski with the big foul, sending Del Pesh to the line.
Excellent replay work there from our former general manager Jake Hellman. As Del Pesh is no good on the first.
Another shot here for the tie early.
I can't get that one to go either. Unfavorable rims.
Opt for that.
Haladinha, 16-footer, is good.
Steven Haladinha.
And Strickland way up to Malcolm Del Pesh, and that pass is too long.
Yeah, the long outlet there, just going out of bounds. Now Tufts brings it up, picking up the pace here.
Haladinha drives. Pulaski round, no good, that was short. Bornesian had it poked away by Smith, and he brings the steal the other way. Working on Strickland, goes up, he's fouled.
It was a good drive there by Smith, and great read on the play to intercept the pass. Here we'll see the replay of that. And just jumps in front of the pass, and goes to the hoop. He's going to get 2 free shots here.
And the hack-a-player method certainly becoming popular in the NBA at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Smith, no good. And coming in for the Bobcats is Mike Newton, the first sub of the game. Senior forward, comes in for Malcolm Del Pesh. Del Pesh with 1 foul so far. That other foul was on Strickland. And Smith, good on the second, 1 for 2. Marcus Del Pesh at the 5 spot now. Has it blocked by Pulaski, stolen away. Newton goes up, layup, no good. And that rebound will come off Tufts. It'll stay with Bates.
Stays down low here with Bates.
Number 0, Ben Engvall replaces.
And Ben Engvall coming in, replacing Spadaford. And great block by Pileski, but one of the things about blocks is you got to get it in the right place. And that one fell right to Newton.
That's right. A lot of times players will just smack it out of bounds, and then possession stays with the team that shot it, you know? And it's all about controlling the block.
Circling into Marcus Delpeche. Bornasian drives, 10-footer is good.
Mike Bornasian.
Nice little floater there.
Yeah, Bornasian really showing his arsenal of shots with the floater there.
Smith finds Engvall on the baseline, layup good. Great pass by Smith in traffic. Showing why he's the leading assister for the Jumbos. Delpeche down low, off the glass. That was altered by Pileski, and Pace will come away with the board.
The Bobcats putting a lot of half-court pressure here.
It's like possibly in a zone.
Yeah.
And Pileski fouled on his way up. I think the Bobcats might be moving into a 2-3.
Here we'll see a replay of the foul on Pileski. Able to get those doubles with the zone there. But really leaving the three shooters wide open at times.
Pileski good on the first.
Number 1, Jerome Darling, and number 12, Justin Zukowski check into the lineup for Bates.
So Darling and Bobcats here.
Goes up, rebound, and it's stolen away by Smith. He'll lead the fast break. Paladina open three. Oh, no good. And Pace on the putback, he'll go to the line.
That's the 6th foul for Bates. They're getting into foul trouble with 14 minutes left to play in the first half.
Fouls on number 12, Justin Zukowski, his first, 6th on the team.
And here for the Bob.
Fouls to steals.
Way. Engvall drives from the corner. Pace in the other corner. Works his way inside. Contact, no foul called. And Delpeche with the board. That's Malcolm.
The Bates defense looking unaware there completely as Engvall went straight to the hoop.
Yeah, no good there, but Darling comes away with it.
Off the back of Zukowski there. Quick point.
Spadaford with the layup. And a timeout from Bates. Tufts on quite the run here.
Bates calls time. This is a 30-second timeout.
And I think that's a 7-0 run from the Bows.
Yeah, we'll really have to see how Furbish adjusts here. Down 9 with 6 fouls for the team in the first half. Quite a deficit to overcome.
Yeah, and really watching this Tufts transition offense work its wonders, and probably one of the strong points of the offense as well was
that's right. Quicker guys on the floor, they can run those fast breaks and put pressure on the Bates defenders. And it's worked really effectively so far.
both the corner three. He saves the board, and he can't come away with it. Pileski with a second rebound.
Delpeche, once again, getting the ball underneath the hoop, unable to finish.
Engvall passes up on the three, drives, and is rejected.
Oh,
The foul is called down low.
hard foul down low. The team's getting really physical in the painted area. Sending
Engvall good on the first.
Engvall, the sophomore from Rhode Island.
And Newton will replace Marcus Delpeche. Engvall good on both. Tufts 20, Bates 9.
Tufts doing
good. And that'll be off Tufts.
Engvall trying to make the hustle play there, but ends up smacking it out of bounds, giving the Bobcats the ball.
And Connor McLeod coming in for the Bobcats.
And Eli Frater as well, the guard.
Frater left open. And we got a foul, a 3-second call on Bates. So Pace and Smith will come back in for the Jumbos.
That's right, we have Pace, Pileski, Engvall, Smith, and Haladina.
Pileski down low, bucket and one.
Pileski really having his way there, as we'll see on the replay, just bullying Del Pesh.
And Del Pesh, if you're going to get a foul off, you got to make sure he doesn't get the basket. So Marcus comes in to replace Malcolm.
That's right. Malcolm, same height as Del Pesh, but Del Pesh with a 30-pound advantage, using that to get the foul and the bucket there.
Pileski can't complete three-point play. Bates the other way. And a great move there. And putback's no good. Haladina with the board.
The rim just not really working in favor of Bates as Engvall hits the floor.
And Pace no good. Bucket, board, excuse me, to Del Pesh.
As we're just about halfway through the first half here. We see Bates down 13 early. Have not scored in quite some time.
Great move by Newton, but no finish from Del Pesh. And can't get the second one either, but they'll call goaltend on Pileski.
Freshman putting a ton of pressure on Smith at the point.
Newton with a little bit more size than the Del Peshes. Haladina, Pileski with 7 on the shot clock. Pull up 18-footer, no good. Newton with the board. Gets it way up. Del Pesh can't handle it, and another turnover from Bates in transition.
Newton with the long outlet pass. The Del Peshes just not being in the same communication with the guards trying to throw the long outlets.
And Smith's pass knocked away and eventually stolen by Zakowski.
Both teams getting a little sloppy on the offensive passing here.
And the three's good from Zakowski.
Maybe that's just what Bates needs, a big three to get their team back into it.
Engvall down low to Haladina. Turn away is good. And timeout from Tufts. And Coach Sheldon giving Haladina an earful there, probably for his defensive laps on the other end.
But made up for it there on the offense with a nice roll in to stifle the energy swing from Bates there. As Tufts still, with 9 minutes to play, has a 10-point lead. But Bates looking a little bit better there on offense. The goaltending call gave them 2 points, and then Zakowski with the big three.
Yeah, some interesting stats so far in this one. Bates 6 of 22 from the field, very low percentage, but they're getting a lot of shot attempts because they have 8 offensive rebounds in this game to Tufts 1. So Bates really out-rebounding the Jumbos by 8 so far.
That's right. We talked before the game about the Bates bigs, and they've really been effective at getting those offensive boards, but not being able to do anything with it. Really the story here for Bates.
Tufts 8 so far with the defense and the rebound. So the Jumbos getting to the line, Bates not. Pileski working on Newton. Lefty hook, it's good.
That's right, not much Newton could do there. He was being backed into by Pileski. Smaller, both in size and weight. Pileski just able to have his way with Newton there.
Yeah, it's really pick your poison right now on defense for Bates. Do you put the Del Peshes on him, who are equal height but lesser weight, or do you put Newton on, who's a bigger body but not as tall? And Haladina the other way. It's good.
Haladina having a really efficient night from the floor. Not a lot of misses for him. And getting to the basket at will there. Bates defense worried about fouls, maybe not putting the same kind of pressure on.
Yeah, Haladina now 3 of 5 from the field. And Zakowski launches. He hits again.
Zakowski feeling it from 3. That's 2 back-to-back threes for him.
Duvivier, who's into the game now, his first shot does not go. Frater kicks it out. And a block from Poleski. Saved back by McLeod. And Smith will take it. He'll go to the hole and lay it in.
That's Smith's 3rd steal of the game, and easy layup, uncontested by Bates.
And the Jumbo bench really picking up the energy. Crowd getting into it some. Quite a few on hand.
That's right, the Saturday afternoon game really drawing out a lot of the Tufts crowd as Zakowski here.
His defense is keeping him from getting any shots in. Pace left open, considered the 3. He'll take it. And no good.
Long 3 there for Pace, just a little short.
Zakowski thinks about it. Duvivier right under his nose. Delpeche down low. He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
The foul advantage, not afraid to take one. Pace there committing the foul.
A little tough. McLeod, Newton.
Bring the Tufts lead to 14 here as we go into the final minutes of the first half. We see Nick Lynch down low. We haven't called his name in the game.
And shots no good from Strickland. Pace with the board.
Strickland runs it up.
And loses the handle. Out of bounds. Turnover. And coming in for the Bobcats is Josh Britton replacing Zakowski, who put in a good shift from deep.
That's right. We saw 2 big 3s from Zakowski to tighten up the deficit. The Tufts with Feldman at the guard. He's a bigger guard, and they're going to give him Lynch.
Bornasian. Step back. No good. Spatterford the other way. Good.
And hit the floor.
Dash.
That's right. It'll be interesting to see how the Delpeche, how Marcus Delpeche works against Madsen, the backup to Poleski. See if they try to exploit that matchup.
And a tough night so far for Malcolm Delpeche. 0 for 5 from the field. 2 fouls has got him stuck on the bench for now. And Bornasian kicks it out. The 3 from Britton bounces up and doesn't go, but there's a foul on the floor on Bates. So Poleski and Haladina coming in, but looks like Haladina will come in for the shooter, so he'll remain on the bench.
That's right, Bates committing a costly foul there, putting the Jumbos into double bonus. They'll be shooting for the next 5 minutes here.
Spatterford good on the first, so Poleski will come in to replace Madsen. With 2 fouls now.
Spatterford looking to double up on Bates here with the shot.
And no good. Like Spatterford wanted to stay in the game a little longer, not get replaced by Haladina. Lynch down low, guarded by Feldman. The shot over him is good. Smith the other way.
Smith with no hesitation there, driving to the basket, looking to draw some contact, throws it off of Del Pesh, out of bounds.
And now Haladino will come in for Spafford. Almost seems like Smith gets the ball up past half court in like a second.
Not hesitate to take it into the painted area. Regardless, he's gone in on some 1-on-3s, 1-on-2s.
Pulaski with the hook shot, no good. Tipped in by Haladino.
Just everything going the Jumbo's way this first half. We see Bates frustrated. They can't get anything started on offense.
So Nick Lynch, the big presence that Bates probably needed earlier.
Yeah, the freshman from Westford, Mass, hitting those short jumpers.
Pulaski on the low block.
He wanted the shot there, but gave it up to Palladina, who hits the two.
Yeah, Haladino from the elbow. And Haladino into double digits now. 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting for the senior.
Del Pesh almost gave it away.
And Strickland.
Probably the small, really.
And the 3 from Pace, no good. His shooting has been off today.
Yeah, thankfully the Jumbos have enough offensive weapons that they don't need Pace to be on.
Strickland's 3, no good. Haladino in for Feldman. Yeah, Vincent Pace, 0 points today on 0 for 3 shooting and 0 for 2 from the line. So he's had some opportunities.
That's right, but the Jumbos adjusting without their leading scorer getting any points.
Bornasian swatted by Pulaski. Smith the other way. He's fouled on the drive. No basket.
No basket.
But he'll go to the line for 2 anyways in the double bonus.
Smith once again confident, no, unafraid. Bobcats as Britton
Foul. Smith good. And a timeout here from Bates. Tufts up 16 with under 3 minutes left in the half.
That's right, Jumbo's setting the pace here, really winning the transition games down.
It's with 4. And a look at shooting Bates. 30%, only 1 of 8, but Tufts getting it done from 2 and from the line. And Smith hits them both. Tufts now 12 of 18 from the line in the game. Bornasian on the switch. Gets it down low. Layup is good.
Mike Bornasian.
He's got that extra quick step to get past Pulaski there off the switch.
That's right, Bornasian really knowing he's the key to the Bates offense. Averaging 15 points a game as he has to get things started.
Pulaski down low on Lynch. Kicks it out, wide open Engvall. 3 no good. Lynch with the board.
That's Tufts' 9th three-point attempt, but only 1 to go in so far.
And an offensive foul here called. Oh, nope. Looks like it'll be a defensive foul. Excuse me.
That's right, we would have seen uproar from the Bates bench if there was an offensive foul called there. As they go into a bunch for the inbound play.
Lynch left open. He'll take the 16-footer, no good. Spafford with the board.
Dayton really wanting to use his minutes effectively, running the ball up.
Pulaski open corner 3. It's good. And he'll look over at the Bates alumni there. Got some, looks like former Bates football players up in the crowd. Giving the Jumbos a mouthful, but rebound.
Actually tipping their hats to Pulaski there. He has both of the Tufts three-pointers so far.
There's a look at some Bates alums. And Tufts getting the best of Bates on the football field this year, and see if they can beat him on the court too. So Newton back into the game. Marcus Del Pesh is up. Rebound tipped around.
That's right. It would have been a big energy play there. Maybe here we'll see the replay. Bornasian finds Del Pesh, but Pileski getting the foul there. Send Del Pesh to the line for 2.
So Pileski's second, Tufts 7th. So Bates will be in the single bonus. And well off the mark from Del Pesh.
Number 33, Zach Roswald.
And Zach Roswald comes in to replace Pileski.
And Palladino comes in as well.
Feldman to the bench. Phelps in the distraction curtain over at Arizona State. He's their new head swimming coach, an Olympian swimmer to distract free throw shooters.
Most prolific.
Spafford from
Spafford,
deep.
4-3.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, that's okay. That was it.
He pulled up out of nowhere on that one.
Yeah, contested, hand in his face.
Something like that. Del Pesh miss.
That's right. We got a big crowd here at Cousins Gymnasium, but not making a lot of noise.
So under a minute now, Tufts leading by 20. About to hit the 50 mark. Going into half, Smith. And that's off the corner of the glass. And they fight for the rebound. Roswald down low, and his layup no good.
Roswald hacking
called for a foul.
at Bornasian. Bornasian showing his frustration there with Tufts getting the eventual offensive board.
And Spadford really giving Roswald an earful. 35 seconds left in the half, and he fouled him to send him to the line. And Bornasian isn't the guy you want to send to the line.
That's right, really good free throw shooter.
Makes the first. And we've got Darling and McLeod back into the game, replacing Strickland and Britton.
You got to think if Tufts is playing with last year's 13-point NESCAC loss to Bates in their mind, they came out here with a lot of intensity. Opening it up here, still up 18. As we go to close out the first half, Smith brings it up.
And those free throws will put Bornasian into double figures with 11 points. 4-second difference between the shot and game clock, so Tufts will dribble most of this out. And Darling trying to work on Smith. He says, come at me.
That's right, the 2 guards going at it here, both juniors.
Smith in the lane, dumps it to Roswald, can't handle it. Saves it to Engvall, 1 on the shot clock, can't get it up in time. So Tufts with a shot clock violation. And 4 seconds remaining before half. Had a little music playing for the halftime show, but Bates has a chance here to cut it down further.
That's right, a little bit premature by the Tufts athletic department there. But some last-minute substitutions here for Bates. Bringing Zukowski in.
And it's mostly small guys for the Bobcats. Smith heads to the bench. Dayton in. Tufts with 3 in the backcourt. 3 seconds left. Britton with the ball, puts up the contested 3, and it's wedged.
Oh.
No good, so we'll go to halftime. Tufts 47, Bates 29. And make sure you join us for the second half. We'll have a couple new commentators who will be training for the first 10 minutes of the half. So make sure you.
As we see Britton wedge the ball into the hoop there.
And also join us for a halftime show. So thank you for tuning in.
Welcome to the halftime broadcast with Jarrett Davis and your man.
Jordan Bacher.
We're here at Tufts versus Bates, and it's going to be a great game in the second half. We're up by 19, 18.
Yeah, right now we've seen a great game coming out. Tufts is kind of taking control. We're going to tell you a little bit how it's progressed, talk about some of the stats, and then go into how we're going to see the next half, rather.
Yeah, we had some great performances by Pileski and Tariq Smith, I believe.
Yep. And what we definitely have noted is that both Vincent Pace and Bornasian for Bates are not playing quite to the level that we're used to from them. Pace actually has 0 points right now, and he's Tufts' leading scorer. Bornasian has 11, but we can expect a lot more from him coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be a faster-paced game. As you saw, the game slower out offense into a more fast-paced transition game. Bates' defense couldn't really handle the transition, and we should see maybe some adjustments after halftime.
Of course, and as Bates worked through the game, they were feeding a lot into the Delpeche brothers down low, but they weren't able to convert. So we're going to see if in the second half they try to work more of an inside-out game, put up more threes.
Yeah, that combination of Pileski and Haladina really stopped the Delpeche brothers.
With his scoring and three-point shooting, Pileski definitely might be overlooked on the defensive end, but you can see he's a force on the rebounds and able to control the bigs from Bates a lot.
And surprisingly, we saw 2 threes from Pileski. He is raining from deep.
Not normally notice that, but he's showing it off tonight. With that, we're going to have to see what Bates is able to do to try to contain Tufts in the second half. The three is something that they've been pretty good at denying, with the exclusion of the 2 from Pileski, which are kind of anomalies. They've limited to Tufts to only 3 3-point shots, whereas Tufts has focused very much on the interior defense. Bates has been kind of victimized inside.
Yeah, that interior defense has been a threat, but as you saw later in the half, Zakowski could hit the 3, so we should expect a faster-paced game, like I said earlier, and maybe see some points from Zakowski again. Spadaford should heat up, as well as Madsen. He was looking good when he was in.
I'm definitely interested to see how Bornasian comes out. You saw in those last couple of plays, he was getting a little heated. I'm going to be excited to see whether he can translate that into easy buckets or not.
Yeah, definitely.
I also want to see how Tufts handles that zone versus man-to-man defense. You saw they came out of it towards the end of the half, and I think, Bates rattled off 4 or 5 buckets in a row. So we'll see if they can try to go back to that.
We should definitely be concerned with the fouls. Tufts is not fouling as much, but we have a good mix of offense, which is preventing the other team from Bates from.
Yeah, the transition of Tufts is making Bates rush a lot of their shots, and Pileski's definitely once again been a force down low, altering and blocking up a lot of the attacks. 4 for 9 from the field, definitely their most productive player, but once again, not as much as he's used to.
Zakowski and the other Marcus Delpeche brother, they're coming in second in scoring. Zakowski, like I said, with those threes, the 2 threes, has him at 6 points. And for Tufts, we have Pileski and Spadaford and Haladina all expected to reach double digits. Pileski's already in double digits, Haladina as well, and maybe see Pace reach double digits in the halftime.
Yeah, I definitely liked Haladina's game this first half. He was getting a lot of easy opportunities, shooting very high percentage, a couple of putbacks right from down low. But on that note, the Delpeche brothers, I think, are combined 2 for 12 from the field, which is not something you want to see from a 6'8" and 6'7" player.
They're trying to get those high percentage shots, and they just can't get them to go in with Pileski playing that great defense.
So Tufts has got to watch out. If they can start converting, that might make this game a whole lot closer.
Definitely. We
Otherwise, we got an exciting game tonight.
Yeah, we got a great one. We should see the ball movement continues.
Yeah, we'll
and the transition offense with Tariq Smith. I'm sorry about that, guys. He's really catalyzing the offense, so maybe we can see that from Bates as well on, as you saw, Bornesian once. And we should see a lot more putbacks, hopefully less fouls in the game, keep it a little more clean, and we should see a great game second half. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. And,
All right, we're live. This is Jarrett Davis coming in.
and Jordan Bacher.
That's the second half, and then we'll hand it back to Matt and
Tom,
Yeah.
Okay, so to begin, we have it baseball.
Point guard has the ball.
And that's Sean Strickland.
And a
He
steal.
tries to pass it in to Delpesh, but it was stolen. Tarek Smith quick with the bucket by
Pileski
Tom
coming out
Pileski.
hard.
From Smith.
Keeping that momentum from the first half.
That's Pileski who's been destroying them. Now you see that zone again by Tufts, trying to keep Bates out of the middle.
Stifling.
Yep.
Here comes the
Bornesian.
three. Oh, and it just misses.
We talked about it at the halftime show. He's going to try to be more aggressive this half, I think.
Starting slow again.
I think that's how Tufts wants to play it, more methodical. They've got the lead. Let's see if Pace can get into this a little bit. Well, and almost immediately he gets his first bucket of the game. That's Vincent Pace.
Comes the wheel.
Britton takes it around. He's got nothing. There's Malcolm Delpesh, blocked by Tom Pileski.
Get out of here.
And Britton has to chuck it up with the shot clock.
Just misses.
So Ryan Spatiford with the rebound. And to travel. Bates ball.
For Bates, number 1, Jerome Darling replaces number
Threes just aren't
13,
falling for
Sean
either team right
Strickland.
now.
No. Jerome Darling comes back in the game.
Look to work the ball.
Trying to get some open opportunities around the top. Let's go back to Britton. And he pulls up for the quick floater. No good. Spatiford once again with the rebound.
Smith running the
Smith.
offense.
Oh, let's see if Pileski can get it again. Oh, my
And
God.
he's wet from 3.
3 for 3 from Pileski. He is doing everything tonight. And that 3 is blocked by Vincent Pace. Foul.
Tufts foul number 2, Tom Pileski, his
Tom
third.
Pileski.
Here's the replay. You see that drive, passes it to Delpeche, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, we'll see. That's definitely a turning point for the Bates offense, getting 3 on Pileski.
They got to get that movement like they've been doing.
And the free throw will not fall for Marcus Delpeche. I think that's been a big factor in their game, the free throws from the 2 brothers. He's
Misses
missing, that's
both.
0 for 2. Ryan Spatterford collects the rebound.
Kind of sloppy beginning this
Yeah.
second half.
I think Tufts has come out with that big lead. They might have gotten a little comfortable, but they're maintaining. Jerome
Works it
Darling with
down
the
low.
quick entry pass, but Marcus Delpeche cannot convert, and he is now fouled. That was a nice follow. That's where those offensive rebounds come in again.
Gets his own rebound right there.
His first, the second on the team.
Trying
he
to
won't be
hammer it
denied.
down.
He's headed to the line.
And Marcus Delpeche converts the first one.
Nothing but net.
The second is no good. That's 1
One
for
of
2.
2. Tufts looks to work the ball. Bates playing good D.
Pace gets inside, and puts it down, and 1.
Foul is on number 22.
There he goes, he gets
Malcolm
the screen.
Delpeche, his third, the first on
Drives
the
through the
team.
lane, and he won't be denied. Finishes at the
replay.
rim.
If Pace starts heating up, then Bates is in even more trouble than they already are. There's a foul on the ground, though. Looks like
Foul on number 22, Malcolm Delpeche.
That's Malcolm
Fourth,
Delpeche.
Second on the team.
and I believe that's his 4th
Number
foul.
15, Mike
So
Newton
he
replaces
may be
Malcolm
done for a
Delpeche
while.
for the Bobcats.
Spatterford.
Spatterford with a pretty move, but he can't convert.
Bates looks to push it here.
Bornesian and Pace are facing off, 2 of the leading scorers for these teams. And another missed opportunity by Bates.
But they're going to retain possession.
That's been a big factor this whole game. They miss, but they get him back, whether it's offensive rebounds or get in the favorable out of bounds.
Bates is kind of taking the crowd out of this game.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's Bates or it's Tufts. Another strong move by Marcus Delpeche, but he still can't convert. They go back to him again. Once again, it is no good.
Can't convert again.
That's trouble.
Big kind of a dry spell at the beginning of the first half.
Spatterford pulls up. Oh,
In and out.
Yeah, I bet tomorrow morning the Delpeche brothers are going to be doing a lot of running. It's kicked by Pace.
Number 0, Ben Engvall. And number 32,
Into the
Drew
game, we
Madsen
have
return to the lineup for
Ben
Tufts.
Engvall and Drew Madsen. Britton gets up top. And there is a nice feed to Mike Newton.
Mike Newton.
Newton looking to get hot.
Yeah, he hasn't had a bad game.
Ingvall's got the ball.
Daniel with another pull-up. Can't convert, though. Well, they left Mike Newton wide open, but Bates is not able to find him. Instead, we've got a 3 from Jerome Darling.
Saw Darling in warm-ups, and he was looking good. He might get that stroke going.
Looks like we've got a foul
before the shot.
Yeah.
Third on the team, number 34, Nick Lynch checks into the lineup, replacing number 5, Marcus
Lynch is
Delpeche.
back in for Delpeche. Now neither of the Delpeche brothers out.
Going small.
Yep, seeing if they can't disrupt Tufts a little bit. And the ball remains Tufts.
That defense has really stifled both offenses.
Yeah. There's Taladania. And Tariq Smith is fouled again.
Foul on number 34, Nick Lynch, his second, the 4th on the team.
Smith creates a lot of havoc even when he's not scoring.
Very true. He likes to push the ball up court and make those quick cuts.
Yeah, he's been their catalyst in the transition offense, forcing Bates to close in on him, not let him have anything.
Gonna set up the offense here.
There you go again with Smith. Haladania.
Bates looked at Dean Haladania, but he could not be
Even
stopped.
Haladania converts. Another one of those close to the basket opportunities. And Bornasian pulls up.
Mike Bornasian.
Bornasian looking to take the team on his
Ooh.
back.
And I believe that's Lynch who is blocked. And Britton comes down for
Britton.
Josh Britton from Bornasian.
that's good outlet pass.
Yeah.
That's what Bates needs to get back in this game. You hear the Bates bench chanting defense. They're looking for their teammates to get something going here. But Tufts is ready to just work it around. And Drew Madsen gets fouled. He'll head to the line.
Lynch looked like he was trying to find his lost dog.
Foul on number 2, Mike Bornasian.
Yeah,
his
he
second,
seems a
the
little
5th
lost
on the
out
team.
there.
Drew Madsen at the line, shooting 2.
That's the Tufts bigs. They've created problems for this defense the whole game. Madsen was no good on the first one.
Number 4, Amber Dayton, and number 13,
He's got that
Vincent Mace replaced Tariq
shimmy,
Smith and Stephen
just like the
Haladania.
famous baseball player.
It takes a nice long time to warm up. Looks like we've got Pace and Everett Dayton back in.
Madsen misses both.
No good. And here comes
Bornasian.
Bornasian. Oh, and Madsen fouls him.
Hard foul.
Bornasian was hell-bent to get to that basket right there. He'll be sent back.
Look how quickly he gets it up the floor. And with 3 steps, he's by the rim.
That acceleration is what makes him so good. We saw it in the first half, taking it against Pulaski in the half court. He knocks down the first one.
Number 2, Tom Gillespie checks in for Tufts, and number 12, Justin Zukowski for Bates.
Pulaski's back in. Tufts hoping to shore up that interior defense again.
Bornasian showing a little better range from the free throw line. 2 for
Yeah.
2 from the first half, and now 2 more points.
Oh, looks like there's a violation though.
Violation.
Violation on Bates. So the shot will be
Shot
no
does
good.
not count. Tufts still with that 18-point lead that they had from the first half.
That's a nice cushion, but you can't let it get you lazy. And Smith.
Tufts working the ball, in and out.
Gillespie
Gillespie.
converts again.
Gillespie.
They don't know what to do about him down low.
It's just too big and has too many moves.
Exactly.
Can't stop a man with that arsenal.
Force Bornasian out of it.
Lynch.
Newton travels.
My bad.
Look for them to put the pressure on Bornasian, and they didn't want anybody but him shooting the ball.
Bornasian's defense has really taken pace out of the game.
Yeah, he's been a non-factor. But here he looks to finish. And blocked by Bornasian. Now Lynch comes
There's
down
Lynch.
with it. Now look for Bornasian to take it. Yep.
He's got to use his teammates.
Tries to finish, but Engvall disrupts it enough. And now Lynch fouls Boleski.
Foul on number 34, Nick Lynch, his third and sixth on the team. Number 5, Marcus Delpeche replaces Nick Lynch for Bates.
Putting Marcus Delpeche back in. I don't think you'll see his brother anytime soon with those 4 fouls, but we'll see if Marcus can get anything done.
There's a travel.
For Bates returning to the
Engvall
lineup,
just sliding
number
a little
3,
bit.
Josh Britton replacing Mike Bornasian.
We have a timeout by Tufts.
30-second timeout.
With that 20-point lead, they're trying to slow down the game.
That's true, but Bates has been able to hang into, keep it about the same. We'll see if they can try to make a run coming into
All
the.
Bornasian, really.
Oh yeah.
His defense and offense is keeping Bates at that same distance, but they're not really within striking range right now, so
Well, that's the mark.
we shall see within 12-21 if they can close the gap.
I think Bornasian, being the leader of this team, the top scorer, he knows he has to take over, but he can't do it all by himself, like we saw in that
He
last
really
possession.
needs some help from the bigs,
Yeah.
but with the fouls, it's difficult.
Somebody needs to control Boleski.
Maybe Zakowski can come in and get some threes like he did in the first half.
That would make this exciting. Notice how Bates rolls it up, trying to save as much time as possible. Working it around the perimeter. Ooh,
Good
a
movement.
good fake.
Gets down low in the
And then
reverse.
once again, Marcus Delpeche cannot convert. And right up to Tariq Smith, who is fouled on the drive. Now right there, that's a 4-point swing if you look at it.
Foul on number 1,
That layup's
Jerome
converted.
Darling, his second,
That fast break doesn't
seventh
happen.
on the
Gets
team.
down to the other side in
Tariq
5
Smith will go to the
seconds.
line shooting 2.
That Tufts offense can be quite potent and fast when it gets going.
And that's the big thing, the defensive rebounds. You see Smith is leaking out immediately. He knows he wants it there.
All about that outlet pass.
He hits the first free throw.
Number 13, Sean Strickland replaces Jerome Darling for Bates.
Strickland is back in to play point guard for Bates. And that's 2 for Smith.
He's golden from the line.
Tufts has been good all night from the line. Pace was the only one struggling earlier, but he's shored up all those. Now Bates once again passing it outside
For 3.
by Zakowski. Bates is looking to stay away from Boleski as much as possible. You see them passing it around the perimeter. Ooh, and a beautiful pull-up by Everett Dayton.
Has that long-range jumper in his repertoire.
Yeah. Outside, and
The
Britton
long-range
cannot
three cannot convert. If they
That's
get
a
it
good
inside and they
rebound.
get the putback,
Mike Newton from
Zakowski to Newton. That says offensive rebounds again. And Smith is tripped up. The pressure from Strickland.
trying to bottle up Smith.
For Tufts, Ryan
Tough task,
Scarborough
but Bates has
replaces
done a better job in the
Vincent
second half.
Yeah. Spafford comes back in. And then
Thomas Lapham checks
Thomas
into the lineup,
Lapham is
replacing
back.
number 12, Tariq Smith.
we'll see if Lapham can control the offense the same way that Smith did. Oh, and Newton tries to take it in, but he cannot finish. Ooh, and Tufts almost turns it over.
No call on that, stepping out of bounds and be the first one back in.
He saved it. And Pileski is fouled. Newton can't believe what's happening. You see that press by Bates. Wonder if they'll stay in it the whole game.
Foul on number 15, Pileski at the line, 1 and 1.
Pileski shooting 1 and 1. First one's good.
The stroke is on lock tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's shooting from everywhere. He can't miss. And he's good again. Pileski is having a great game. See, Britton's ready to pull it.
At the next stoppage, we will send it right back to Matt and your boy,
Tom, yeah.
Tom. He's got the color on lock today. For 3.
And Britton cannot convert again.
Britton doesn't seem
Good
to have the stroke
save.
tonight, but they get a second chance.
Zukowski has been big once again. Newton converts off of the offensive rebound.
66-44.
Pileski's faking those threes right now. Ooh. And Engvall is fouled.
Kind of kept that same cushion, 20-point
Foul
lead
on
so
number
far.
3, Engvall will go to the line shooting 2.
We're going to switch over.
And welcome back. Thanks to our trainees. Did a great job. And Engvall on the line misses the first.
We really saw Bates and Tufts keep the pace there in the first half, but Bates with no answer to Pileski having the game of a lifetime here.
And Engvall no good, but he'll bring in his own rebound. So Tufts up 22, under 10. Engvall on the drive, gets it to go off the glass. An open 3 there from Britton. Bounces out. Rebound will go to Tufts.
Britton just not hitting from the corner. We saw him take a look from 2 or 3 possessions ago. Unable to make those open threes.
Yeah, Britton averages just under 8 points a game, but he's scoreless here today. Engvall on the drive. And they'll call an offensive foul on him. Drawn by Marcus Delpeche.
That's right, we haven't seen any of Malcolm in the second half. He got himself into foul trouble, but Marcus unable to do anything on offense against Pileski. Oh, Newton with the miss.
Oh, excuse me there. Britton actually has 2 points on the game as Dayton kicks it out.
Engvall sitting wide open in the corner, calling for the ball. Or that's
Spafford there.
Spafford, yeah.
And Pileski turns it over, but looks like it'll be off of Bates' hand. So Tufts will keep the ball. And coming back in is Nick Lynch, replacing Newton.
That's right. Spafford definitely one of the more emotional players for Tufts. We've seen him shouting on the floor in frustration, but he's having a good game so far.
Yeah, Spafford, 8 points tonight so far. 9 boards, though.
That's right. Tufts with a comfortable 24-point lead here.
Lapham gets it in, and Pileski's fouled going to the hoop.
Pileski's been very effective from the line this half, really shoring up his game and all-around center. We've seen him shoot from the outside, drive to the hole, and make a bunch of free throws here too.
4 of 6 from the stripe on the game. Make it 4 of 7. And Haladinha comes in for Engvall.
We saw earlier this half, we saw Haladinha and Bornasian going blow for blow as they both drove up the court. We'll see if we'll get some of that action here.
And Pileski goes 1 of 2. Lynch pulls up from 10 feet. That'll rattle out. And Marcus Delpesh goes up, fouled by Spatterford. Thought he had the block.
A lot of contact down low, but Tufts doesn't mind sending Delpesh to the line, not being too effective from the free throw line today.
Yeah, 3 of 9 so far. Good for 7 points on 2 of 11 shooting.
There he makes one though.
Number 2, Mike Bornasian.
And Bornasian comes back in, replacing Strickland.
For the Bobcats.
So Bobcats going with a bigger lineup here, replacing the undersized Strickland. But we saw him be very effective earlier in this half, make a 3, I think, at one point.
And Delpesh hits them both. Dayton pulls up from the baseline, gets the jumper to go.
Amber Dayton.
That's right, the Tufts reserves, Dayton and Lapham, have been playing excellently in the second half, really working well against Zukowski and some of the other Bates wings.
And Delpesh, no good. Defended by Spatterford. Looks like he took a shot to the face there.
That's right, Delpesh not getting anything down low. Really just, almost a fast break there for Delpesh. We would have seen a big dunk there, but knocks it out of bounds, keeps it in Tufts control.
18 on the shot clock for the Jumbos with Dayton. Spatterford spins in the lane, finds Haladina down low, layup good.
That's right, we've seen one of the big differences in this game and in this half is the ability to finish near the basket. The exception of Lynch, most of Bates unable to finish when they get it in close, but Tufts really making the most of their opportunities.
Lynch with a long baseline jumper, it's good.
Nick Lynch.
Lynch with 6 points on the game now. Haladina upping his total to 14. Second leading scorer for the Jumbos. And Haladina driving, finger roll no good. Lynch with the board, and he's hit in the face.
Great find by Pileski there to see Haladina cutting through the Bates zone.
Foul is on number 1, Thomas Lapham.
Lapham called for the foul. 6 now on Tufts, so Bates will be in the bonus on their next foul. Tufts, of course, in the double bonus. .25 lead still for the Jumbos. Zukowski from deep, well off.
Pileski gathering the board, passes it up to Haladina. Guarded by McLeod. Now Dayton looking to work on Zukowski, gets to the basket. Unable to get it to go.
And the board there for Connor McLeod. Zukowski coming the other way. He'll go up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Elsewhere around the NESCAC, Conn College with a 6-point lead over Wesleyan in the first half. Middlebury also leading by 6 over Hamilton in the first. Bowdoin with a 23-12 lead over Colby early on. And Amherst beating Trinity 33-24.
Trinity so far, I believe, perfect in the NESCAC. Yeah, they're 5-0 in the NESCAC, so an Amherst win would really shake things up there at the top of the standings.
And Ethan Feldman returns into the game for Spatterford. So yeah, number 1 versus number 2 in the CAC there. One team has to pick up a loss, which helps the Jumbos. And it rattles out for Zukowski. And on the women's side of things, Tufts playing up at Lewiston against Bates. They lead 33-22 over the Bobcats with 5 minutes left in that game. Or no, excuse me, in that quarter. And the second one goes. Of course, the women switched over to quarters, so that fooled me. I'm used to basketball being in halves in college. So that one nearing halftime.
That's
and
right,
Pileski had not established himself on the offensive half there. He was just coming over, so a backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation there. A little bit sloppy from Dayton. Don't know why he was looking for Pileski in the middle of the court there.
And you can see Pileski tried to get his feet over, but you have to have them over before as Lynch hits a long 2 there.
That's right. Lynch really effective with these long jumpers. Knows he probably can't get anything inside against Pileski. Unafraid to shoot.
Lynch now with 8. Pileski working on him. And the hook shot no good. Haladinho working for the board. He's double teamed and timeout. Tufts saves the possession.
It was a good timeout call for Tufts, as they carry a commanding 22-point lead here into the last 6 minutes of this half.
Yeah, this one pretty much all but over. Another looks like a blowout victory for the Jumbos on the way, but they're still using a lot of their starters out on the court.
Exactly, yeah. We've seen a lot more of the Tufts reserves. We've seen Lapham and Dayton, but keeping the starters in there, maybe making sure that things don't get out of hand. As we've seen the Bates offense coming on full attack with the exception of Malcolm DePeche sitting on the bench with 4 fouls.
And so for Bates, it's Sikowski, Bornasian, Delpeche, Lynch, and McLeod. Jumbos have Lapham, Feldman, Pileski, Smith, and Haladinho.
That's right, we see the Bornasian on Lapham matchup here. Maybe Bates hoping to take advantage of that. Bornasian with size and speed advantage on Lapham.
And a foul called on the floor. That one's on Zakowski. That's his 4th.
That is his 4th foul. Bates over the limit. Tariq Smith at the line.
We're going to send Tariq Smith to the line for 2.
Smith, a great free throw shooter.
Yeah, we've seen Smith at the line a lot tonight, this afternoon.
He's 7 of 8 and make it 8 of 9. So the junior getting it done. And Malcolm DePeche finally comes back in, replaces his brother.
See if the other DePeche from the Wilmington Friends School can do anything here. Maybe make this loss a little bit less ugly for the Bobcats.
And Smith gets it to float home. That's 9 of 10 now for the junior point guard. And he is into double figures now with 11 points. And pass into Delpeche, kicks it out to McLeod. The three's good.
Good moving there by Delpeche, seeing the double team, seeing McLeod wide open for 3, able to convert that into big points.
And Smith gets the bucket and the foul.
Foul on number 12.
This time they'll give him the and one. And Zakowski fouls out. He'll have to hit the bench.
Here we'll see the replay. Smith going to the hole with confidence. Lacking the enthusiasm from the Tufts crowd there. Big play.
And look at Tufts president Tony Monaco there. He's now in the center of your screen.
Sitting amongst some enemy lines there with the Bates crowd, but unfazed.
And Smith converts yet again from the line. 10 of 11 now on the game. And
Strickland and Bornasian are really going to pick up the...
Malcolm Delpeche finishes.
Malcolm Delpeche with a good finish to the basket. That tip in, we've seen a lot of missed tips from the Bobcats so far.
Feldman.
See Feldman working on Delpeche.
Smith with 10 on the shot clock. Smith gets around his man. Up around. And Pileski tries to throw it home. Can't get it to go.
Smith with a great move below the basket, but could not convert as Bates put it right into Haladinho's hands.
And a foul is called on Lynch. He's up to 4 fouls now.
We'll send Haladinho to the line for 2. Tufts' free throw shooting has really been the difference in the game so far, converting a lot of these foul opportunities into points. As we see Haladinho miss there, though.
Tufts 20 of 33 now. And Roswald and Engvall back in for the Bows, and Newton comes in to replace Lynch. Haladinho converts the second. And on the stat sheet, Bates is actually listed as having 20 offensive rebounds in this game. Pretty amazing.
That's not that's not surprising given the way the game's been going for them. A lot of missed shots, but a lot of shots created, and really working those offensive boards. It's a shame they couldn't have turned it into any points.
Newton converts there, and on those 20 offensive boards, only 14 second chance points. And Delpesh with the block.
Delpesh with the monster block, really making his presence known here as we see the replay. Good awareness and anticipating Feldman's move. Not much he could do there against the monster.
And Engvall fouled on the layup. He'll go to the line. Frater replaces Strickland.
Oh, we see a little push there from Newton on Palladino, getting scrappy down low.
Very interesting stats in this game. Bates with 18 more shot attempts in this one, but Tufts with 5 more makes. And Engvall hits the first. But really the free throw line, Tufts with 16 more attempts than the Bobcats.
That's right, and part of it is Tufts getting to the hoop and getting fouls called, but a lot of it is Bates getting in foul troubles, loose ball fouls, fouls on the floor that they shouldn't be committing.
And Bornasian gets to the hoop for 2.
Bornasian getting aggressive on defense, maybe trying to get a steal in the backcourt. As we see Smith, the tricky handler here.
Roswald, corner 3, hits back rim. And it's up to Newton, wide open, he'll lay it in.
And Tufts not too worried about those points there from Newton, still up 19 here with 3.5 to go.
Palladino guarded by McLeod in isolation.
McLeod with a really low stance, able to frustrate Palladino into an ugly miss.
Newton with a nice dish to Bornasian. He's fouled on his way up. Great little dump off pass there.
Yeah, that was a nice look by Newton. Bornasian able to draw the foul.
It's the kind of pass you make in the free throw line when no one's guarding you. But
yeah.
Newton with the courage to do it in a real game. And Kenny Adigwe making his game debut, replacing Tariq Smith. Smith exiting the game with 14 points, 10 assists, so a double-double for the junior.
And a bunch of steals. What was it, 4 steals? There
Quite
for
a few.
Smith. Yeah. We'll see Adigwe here, guarded by Frater, the freshman.
They go into Palladino. Corner 3 from Roswald, hits it.
The Tufts bigs really hitting these corner 3. We've seen 3 from Pileski. There we see Roswald playing that Kevin Love style center forward position.
And a putback in there from Malcolm Delpesh. And Roswald, number 33 on the court, an appropriate number for him. He's a big, but he loves to take the 3.
That's right, and we've seen Delpesh really controlling those offensive boards and more effective on the tip-ins. That's twice. We wonder maybe what his impact would have been given maybe he weren't in such foul trouble.
Foul on McLeod there, that's his 4th. Oh, excuse me, that's his 2nd. So Palladino at the line for 2. Yeah, Tim Preston and Reed Thomas McLean coming in.
That's right, Preston the freshman, and we'll see Thomas McLean going to come in for the shooter. McLean, a walk-on actually last year, looking to get some late game experience here.
Palladino makes them both. 2 minutes remaining. Jumbos up top by 20 over the Bobcats.
As we see all reserves here for the Jumbos. Just looking to get maybe some of the future Jumbo starters some experience. McLeod Vogel on the court, calling for the ball.
Bornasian in the lane, fouled. Basket no good. And some more NESCAC updates. Conn College with a 7-point lead, a minute and a half left in the first. Middlebury with a 7-point lead at half. Colby trailing Bowdoin by 12 with a minute and a half left in the first half. And Amherst with a 6-point lead over second place Trinity. Oh, excuse me.
First place Trinity,
yeah. Excuse
Amherst
me.
in second,
Yeah, Amherst with the upset brewing. Second place Amherst with a 6-point lead over Trinity. 2.5 left in the first.
That's right. It seems the story of the NESCAC, we saw it in football this year too. Amherst and Trinity, the top two dogs, with Tufts challenging. Hopefully we'll see that again in NESCAC play. Tufts though, Bornasian with a big steal, throws it home.
Yeah, puts on a little show for the fans here.
Yeah, Bates crowd really came out. We see a decent number of those garnet hats in the crowd.
A little look at the dunk there.
Foul is on number 15, Mike Newton.
And I thought Amherst was first, and so used to them being first in basketball. And quite a few sports in the NESCAC.
Yeah, that's right, really.
Of course, a couple national championships in the last few years.
Yeah, the NESCAC makes a lot of noise in the Division III March Madness. Every year, I think Tufts went to the Sweet 16 a few years ago.
Indeed. And Preston hits the first. Makes them both.
Preston, the freshman, really getting the most out of his game time here against a high-level opponent.
And the jumper's good. Falling away is Bornasian.
Taking will of the Tufts defense here. Knows he's up against the Tufts reserves. And just putting them into negative positions and just getting baskets at will.
And on the women's side, Tufts leading Bates 42-33 up in Maine at half.
Roswald here. The air ball from Roswald. Yeah, we'll see if we can take home a double jumbo victory.
And the three from Newton is good.
3 points, Mike Newton.
Preston with a behind the back around McLeod, the freshman, getting the crowd into things here. As we see Bates trying to make it just prettier on paper at the end here.
And a defensive foul called there. Britton thought it might have been offensive.
Britton a little bit of a flop there, trying to get the call on Feldman, but the ref not going to fall for it.
So Feldman to the line for 2. And look at the stats. Mike Bornasian up to 24 points, matching Tom Pileski as the joint top scorers in this game. Pileski on 8 of 12 shooting, Bornasian on 8 of 17, but 7 of 7 from the line.
That's right, Pileski almost with a double-double here this afternoon, but
1 rebound short.
yeah, 1 rebound short.
Bornasian wound up with double-double, 13 boards for the senior, along with 5 assists. And an offensive foul there on Newton. And getting a little shoving in there and a little fight breaking out. They'll calm it down. It was a Digway and Newton. Newton going in too aggressively.
So Britton came in there too. Britton, everyone's still, they're jawing. I think getting really testy here with 25 seconds to play.
And Coach Bob Sheldon way out on the court, making sure his players are okay.
That's right, the refs huddle. Sheldon and
look at the replay, and Newton just went over top of him.
And I don't know what happened in the pile, but I guess a Digway and Newton were going at it. Words were said, feelings hurt.
And tempers certainly run high when you get a blowout game like this.
That's right. You can see the frustration on the Bates team. Britton really showing his anger, as well as McLeod, frustrated with their performance today.
Jumbo's putting up quite the offensive display, 90 points tonight, and that is on 28 of 57 shooting, just a hair below 50%. 5 of 16 from 3.
That's right. The Jumbo's unafraid to score above 100. They've scored 100 twice so far this season. Close tonight. They probably won't make it to 100.
So I think fouls called on both players involved there. Jumbo's making 42 free throw attempts tonight on 29 Bates fouls. Jumbos went 29 of 42 from the stripe. Bates 13 of 22. So one of the huge differences tonight, Jumbo's getting to the line. And 15 seconds left. It looks like they'll dribble this one out. So with this win, the Jumbos will advance to 15-4 on the season in conference play. They're now 2-5 in the NESCAC.
That's right, and we hear the final buzzer here at Cousins Gymnasium, 90 Tufts, Bates 75.
Yeah, for Tom Jasanowski, I'm Matt Macy Phelps. Thank you for joining us on this JumboCast presentation.